Morning. Welcome to Ravi Tuitions, dear teacher and RS Foundation, etc. etc. Now I am doing revision, fast revision of all the chapters of 10th class maths. So in yesterday's class I have done in yesterday's class I have completed first chapter revision, real numbers. So in yesterday's class I have done okay, audio is fine. So today I am going to do polynomials chapter, right? So polynomials is a very second chapter, right? Second chapter, and directly we will go into the polynomials, right? So just I will give a definition of a polynomial. Just I will give you simple points. It is an algebraic expression. Now the power of the variable should be positive integer or a whole number, okay, a whole number or a positive integer, whatever. So this is the simple definition, right? So in this we don't need the definition of polynomials, because definitions and all those things are completed in 9th class, okay. So I am not giving as many details about the polynomial. So degree of the polynomial you should know. Degree of polynomial, every polynomial will have a degree. So degree is nothing but highest power of a variable, highest power of variable. So if degree is 1, we call it as linear polynomial. If degree is 2, we call it as a quadratic polynomial. And degree is 3, we call it as cubic polynomial. And degree is 4, we call it as biquadratic polynomial. Okay. So degree 1, 2, 3, 4 enough. So linear, quadratic, cubic and biquadratic. So these 4 types are enough. You should know degree, because depending upon degree we have some problems, right? So now we have zeros also, 0 of the polynomial, okay. All these things you may be getting in MCQ questions, right? So 0 of the polynomial, it is the value of the variable, where the polynomial gets satisfied, where the polynomial is 0. It is the value of the polynomial at which the polynomial is 0, okay. This is 0 of the polynomial. Linear polynomial will be having only 1 0, quadratic polynomial will be having 2 zeros, and cubic will be having 3 zeros, and biquadratic will be having 4 zeros. So depending upon the degree of the polynomial, number of zeros will be produced, number of zeros will be there, okay. So now these are only the things which are there in the polynomial chapter. Now we should know the general forms of standard form, general form or standard form. General form of polynomials. For example, let us have a linear polynomial. it is ax plus b. Ax plus b is the general form of a linear polynomial. And quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form of a quadratic polynomial. And general form of cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. And general form of biquadratic polynomial a to the power of x4 and bx cube and cx square and dx plus e. So these are the general forms of polynomial. So in all these things, if x term should be there, if it is to be a linear polynomial, only highest power should be 1. So ax should be there. Therefore, the coefficient a, b, c, d are coefficients. So here a, b, c, d. So a, b, c, d, e are real numbers. They can be root number, they can be decimal number, they can be anything. So, but in this case, a is not equal to 0. Not only in this case a is not equal to 0. In this case also, a is not equal to 0. In this case also, a is not equal to 0. If a is 0, that particular term will get eliminated, then we will not call them as a linear quadratic like that. Okay. So these are the simple things. Let us go to another thing. So now 0 of the polynomial. Let us find out 0 of a linear polynomial. 0 of a linear polynomial. You take an example of linear polynomial. I will write px. Px is a form denotation of a polynomial. Px is equal to 2x minus 3. So our target is to find out the 0 of the px. So let it be px is equal to 0. Okay. 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 is 0 of the polynomial px. That means you just equate this to 0 because 0 of the polynomial is the value of the variable at which the polynomial is 0. So in the beginning only we are equating it to 0 and from that we are getting the value of x. Okay. So now in general, how are you going to do? That means if it is px is equal to ax plus b, this is the standard form. Standard form. Okay. Standard form also same model. Ax plus b is equal to 0 and ax is equal to minus b and x is equal to minus b by a. Therefore, minus b by a is solution of 0 of px. So if you want to find out the zeros of quadratic polynomial or cubic polynomial or biquadratic polynomial, you have to find factors for those three: quadratic के लिए, cubic के लिए, biquadratic के लिए. These three things you have to express as the product of linear factors, product of linear polynomials, because linear polynomial 0 से शुरू करना है. So if you want to find zeros for quadratic, cubic and biquadratic, you should express them in the product of a linear polynomial. Then we know the procedure for linear polynomial, then automatically you can have it. So now this is zeros of linear polynomial. We will have an example for zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Okay. We will have quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. So for that, let us take an example. Example 1, x square plus 3x plus 3 plus 3. Khushi, good morning. So now this is a quadratic polynomial. How to find zeros? You have to express it in the form of a factors, product of factors. So let us say px is equal to x square plus 3x plus 3. Okay, sorry, let us not write 3, let us write 2. 2 we will write. So now in my special edition, I have given factorization of a polynomial, quadratic polynomials. You can check my website, right, YouTube channel. I have given how to factorize the polynomials, quadratic, especially quadratic polynomial. I have given a beautiful videos. They are there in the YouTube. You can go through it. Okay. So good morning. Masti. I don't know what is that name. So now 1 into 2 is equal to 2, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So you have to split up 3x as 1x plus 2x plus 2, first 2 terms, last 2 terms, x into x plus 1 and plus 2 into x plus 1, finally x plus 1 into x plus 2. Now we have got two linear polynomials. X plus 1 is one linear polynomial, x plus 2 is one more linear polynomial. They are factors, but if you want which type of polynomial each factor is, it's a linear polynomial. Okay. So now x plus 1, the 0 is x is equal to minus 1, x plus 2, the 0 is x is equal to minus 2. So that implies minus 1, minus 2 are zeros of px. So if you want to find the zeros of any polynomial, okay, quadratic, cubic or biquadratic, you should put them, you should express them as a product of linear polynomials. So that is why, because in our chapter mainly it is focused on the quadratic polynomial, इसीलिए आप quadratic polynomial को factorization करना बहुत important है. एक separate video, 3 videos I have kept, simple problems, difficult problems. Okay, so you can go through them and you can learn them, because many students have the problem of splitting the middle term, factorization, etc., etc. I have given a separate video. So now let us just go into the exercise. If any problem based on this is there, let us see, because my target, I should complete polynomials today. Okay, I am there in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh today is a very serious day. Weather अच्छा नहीं है. Cyclone is about to hit our place. My place is very much near to Kakinada. So very critical atmosphere is there, but still power is there, everything is there. Maybe afternoon को वो cyclone का effect थोड़ा aggressive होगा, right? So now let us go to geometrical meaning of polynomial. Geometrical meaning, that means graphical solution, graphical zeros. इसका मैं सिंपल में एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. हर एक पोलिनोमियल को आप ग्राफ बना सकते हैं, राइट? ग्राफ चाहिए तो आपको क्या करना है? लेट मी टेक ग्राफ शीट बनाना है. अभी इसमें हम क्या करना है, एक y एक्सिस एंड एक x एक्सिस रहता है. This is x axis and y axis. So then how to, one is x value, the other one is px value. That means y axis को हम px बनाना है. So you give x different values and find out the values of px, okay, and then plot the graph for any graph. ऐसा एक टेबल आता है. ये टेबल में you write here x value and px value. Px means one polynomial. It can be a linear, it can be a quadratic, it can be a cubic, whatever. So now you give different values 0, 1 and 2, 1 minus value, 1 plus value, like that you give, find out these values, okay, and then you will be getting ordered pairs and plot them. So this is a very simple thing, and then you will be getting a graph, okay. So now we don't need to draw the graph, that is removed, okay. Now हमको ग्राफ देंगे और ग्राफ देख के हाउ मेनी zeros are there उसको बताना है, right. I'll just draw the graph. I'll change the color. White color ले लूँगा. Suppose one graph is like this, straight line, okay. One graph is like this. This straight line is intersecting x-axis at only one point. Therefore, this graph has only one solution. Good morning. Yeah, thank you. Please subscribe. Ginny, Suhana, ready? Okay. I don't know, Ginny, whatever. Please subscribe every day 6 o'clock. Okay. So now this graph has only one solution because it is intersecting the x-axis at one place. Okay. Let me take one more graph. Sometimes graphs may be like this, parabolic shape. So at this place the graph is meeting at two places. Therefore, this polynomial has two zeros. How many times it is meeting? At two different points. Therefore, this graph has two zeros. Okay. I will take one more style of graph. Like this one, sometimes graph will be there. So at this point, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this graph has 4 zeros. Okay. Let me take one more graph. Sometimes the graph will be like this. That is it is touching at only one point. So because it is a quadratic, so it has only one zero, and if it is quadratic, both zeros are same. Okay. Yeah, social is very easy. Any math teacher, any science teacher, any English teacher can teach social studies because थोड़ा prepare करके बोल सकते हैं, but social studies I don't have time, Suhana. So I focus only on maths and physics. So I can teach physics, chemistry and maths, right? So now this is one more example. So in the textbook he has given so many problems, so many graphs, and using those graphs you can directly write the answers then and there only. So page number exercise, I think 1 exercise, 2.1 exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 graphs are given. So from these 6 graphs, first graph, it is not at all intersecting x-axis, therefore there is no solution. Second graph, the graph is intersecting x-axis at only one point, therefore it has only 1 0, right? So like that you can find the SAT. Okay, I will try. SAT I don't know. 10th class I can provide important questions. I can give you some revision tips of social studies of 10th class, whether it is ICSE or CBSE or state board. Okay. So now this is about 2.1 exercise. These questions only will come in the MCQs, right? MCQs में आएंगे, उसके ऊपर हम घबराने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So now let us go to next topic. Next topic. Let me change it to normal. Now relation between zeros and రాత్రి పైన నీళ్ళు నిండిపోతే నేను అది హోల్ క్లియర్ చేశాను, బడబడబడ కిందకి వచ్చేసి ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇలా వచ్చేస్తే తడిసిపోయింది. అందుకని అది కాస్త పైకి వేస్తే ఎండిపోయింది. రాత్రి ఎండిపోయింది కదా, సాయంత్రానికి ఎండిపోతుంది. మడత పెట్టి ఆవిడ పెట్టేస్తాం. అలా ఉండి చూడు చేసే. So now let us go to next question. It is the relation between zeros and zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomial. So it's not only quadratic polynomial, even if you are taking ax plus b, it is a linear polynomial. So what is the 0? 0 is equal to minus b by a, minus constant by coefficient of x. Okay, this is minus b by a. This is the relation between 0 and the coefficients. A is a coefficient, b is a coefficient. So 0 is equal to minus b by a. Minus b is nothing but constant. A is coefficient of x. Same way, we will have relation between zeros and the coefficients of quadratic polynomial. That is very important. Let me write quadratic polynomial. Let me take so ax square plus bx plus c. This is the quadratic polynomial. So a is coefficient of x square, b is coefficient of x, c is constant. Now here sum of zeros is equal to minus b by a, and product of zeros is equal to c by a. Okay, so somebody is giving answers. Let me check it out. Yeah, Suhana. So sum of zeros is equal to minus b by a, product of zeros is equal to c by a. From this you can generalize it. So minus b is nothing but coefficient, minus coefficient of x by a means coefficient of x square. So coefficient of x square. So here also you can write constant and coefficient of x square. So this is these are the relations between zeros and the coefficients. A very important concept of this chapter. Definitely you will be getting questions on this in the board examination. Don't miss it out. You have to do all the questions. Okay. Now for cubic equation also it is there, but in the textbook he has given k, all those things. I don't believe in such things directly. I will write like this only. Okay. So sometimes these zeros, let zeros be alpha and beta, Greek letters. So in the place of sum of zeros, we will write alpha plus beta. In the place of product of zeros, alpha into beta. So alpha, beta, they are letters you can have, because x, y, z we are using for polynomials, a, b, c, d we are using for coefficients. So we want new letters, so we borrowed from Greek, alpha and beta. We are learning Greek also in maths. So now let us go to exercise. Yes, highest power is 3. I have explained, Suhana, all those things I have explained beginning of this video. ये होने के बाद you just rewind it, and in the beginning it is there. So now let me do second exercise, 2.2 exercise, exercise 2.2. So only 2 questions are there. फट से हम कर लेंगे इसको. Okay, first question. I am telling you, you are playing a game. गेम में instructions मालूम करना बहुत important है. So you should read the instruction first. क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा, क्या दिया, ये important है. So इसीलिए don't neglect by seeing directly, वो देख के don't start the answer. Find zeros of the polynomial and verify the relationship. Okay, 2 things. You have to find the zeros and you have to find the you have to verify the relations. अभी इसके पहले जो भी relations दिया है वो relations. We have 2 tasks. Okay, we have 2 tasks. One task is to find zeros, other task is to verify. ये दोनों verify करना है, ठीक है. So then we will take one question. Question number 1, फट से हम 2 questions कर लेंगे इसमें से. x square minus 2x minus 8. Okay, splitting the middle term, factorize करो. Factorize करके I will directly do x minus 4 into x plus 2. So the zeros are minus 4 means plus 4 and plus 2 means minus 2. That means you have to write like this here: x minus 4 is equal to 0, x is equal to 4, x plus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2. So Vaisa. So then we got it. We got first task is over, right? First task is over. Zeros are 4 and minus 2. Second task, task 1, task 2. हम रॉ एजेंट्स है, इसीलिए टास्क के हिसाब से चलना है. 007, राइट? सुहाना, वेरी गुड, यू आर वेरी एक्टिव. ओके, सो नाउ सम इज इक्वल टू माइनस बी बाई ए एंड प्रोडक्ट इज इक्वल टू, आई एम राइटिंग इन शॉर्ट, प्रोडक्ट इज इक्वल टू सी बाई ए. इसमें से हम ये इधर लिख लेंगे, ए इज इक्वल टू 1, बी इज इक्वल टू माइनस 2 एंड सी इज इक्वल टू माइनस 8. ये वैल्यूज वी गॉट इट फ्रॉम द क्वाड्रेटिक पोलिनोमियल. अभी सम इधर आ गया, प्लस 4 माइनस 2 इज इक्वल टू माइनस, बी वैल्यू इज माइनस 2 एंड ये वैल्यू इज 1. सो 4 माइनस 2 2, माइनस इंटू माइनस प्लस 2. सो वेरीफाइड. फर्स्ट वन इज वेरीफाइड. सेकंड वन, प्रोडक्ट plus 4 into minus 2 is equal to C is minus 8 by A is 1. 4 into minus 2 is minus 8, minus 8. So both are true. So our task 2 is also completed. Divyanshu, hello. Divyanshu, hello. Purple girl, hello. यूट्यूब में जो नाम से उधर दिखता है वही हम यूज़ करना है. पर्पल पर्पल पर्पल. ओके, राइट. सो दिस इज़ इन दिस वैसा ही करना है. इसमें फोर्थ में 2 ही टर्म्स है, फिफ्थ में 2 ही टर्म्स है. वो फिफ्थ एंड फोर्थ को मैं एक्सप्लेन करके दूसरी प्रॉब्लम में चले जाऊंगा. ठीक है. सो नाउ आई विल गो टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Fourth bit is 4u square plus 8u. So yes, it is a quadratic polynomial because u is there. इसको हम क्या करना है, c को 0 रख सकते हैं. अभी इसका ये वैल्यू 4 हो जाता है एंड b वैल्यू 8 हो जाता है, c वैल्यू 0 हो जाता है. ओके, 0 हो जाता है. अंचल हाय. I'm sorry, somebody has come, that's fine. Anchal, hi. Okay, and Suhana is looking very active. She is sending answers also, right? Now अभी जहाँ हमको टर्म नहीं है उसमें हम ऐसा 0 लिख सकते हैं, राइट? अभी दूसरी प्रॉब्लम भी मैं बताऊंगा आपको. 5th प्रॉब्लम, टी स्क्वायर माइनस 15. इसको कैसा लिखना है, टी स्क्वायर प्लस 0t माइनस 15. सो इसमें a इज इक्वल टू 1 एंड b इज इक्वल टू 0 एंड c इज इक्वल टू माइनस 15. ओके, सो वैसा आप ये ले सकते हैं. अभी हम इसको ज़ीरोस फाइंड आउट करना है. सो टास्क 1 0 James Bond 007, task 1, first task, otherwise big boss. Task 1 is find out the zeros. 4u square, let me write here, 4u square 8u. अभी इसको हम u कॉमन ले सकते हैं, 4u कॉमन ले सकते हैं, u प्लस 2. सो अभी एक एक पोलिनोमियल को हम क्या कर सकते हैं, 0 लिखो, u प्लस 2 को 0 लिखो, इधर u इज इक्वल टू 0 एंड u इज इक्वल टू माइनस 2. सो नाउ zeros are 0 is 1, minus 2 is 1. So 2 zeros. Task 1 is over, right? Yes, Divyanshu, every day from last 4 months, 3 months, I think, more than 3 months. From last 3 months, I am teaching class perfectly exactly at 6 o'clock. Maybe 1-2 दिन मिस हो सकता है. Today cyclone day, but I am taking the class. Divyanshu, right? You can look back to my videos. Okay, ravishankar.online is there. Ravishankar.on. This is my website. ravishankar.online. उसमें पुराना वीडियोस रहता है, बट एनी हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टीच ऑल द चैप्टर्स इन दिस 10 days. आज मैं कैसे तो भी ये पोलिनोमियल्स ख़त्म करके ही क्लास छोड़ूंगा, ठीक है? सो नाउ टास्क 1 इज ओवर. टास्क 2 कैसा करना है, एक कॉर्नर में कर लेंगे, इसको हम डिलीट कर देंगे, राइट? सो टास्क 2, सम इज इक्वल टू माइनस बी बाई ए. So minus 8 by 4. So either 0 plus minus 2 is equal to minus 2 is equal to minus 2. So it is verified. Now इस तरफ हम प्रोडक्ट फाइंड आउट करेंगे. प्रोडक्ट इज इक्वल टू c by a. c is 0 by a is 4. So here 0 into minus 2. This 0 by 4 is 0. 0 into minus 2 is 0. 0 is equal to 0. This is verified. So both tasks are over. So this is how you have to do. Let me take up a second question. Yeah, हो गया chapter. यस, अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू, पोलिनोमियल्स के ऊपर, रियल नंबर्स के ऊपर एक MCQ टेस्ट बनाया है, उसका लिंक मेरा डिस्क्रिप्शन में होता है. It is there in the description. Okay, if you want to connect with me, you can download my app and message me. Otherwise उसमें मेरा WhatsApp 10th class ग्रुप पे एक WhatsApp ग्रुप है, उसमें ज्वाइन हो जाओ. I will be helping you. Okay, so 10th class WhatsApp ग्रुप एक है, एंड मेरा लर्निंग ऐप है डियर टीचर, उसको भी डाउनलोड करो. उसमें से आप मेरे से कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं, आपका जो भी डाउट्स है. राइट, इट्स नॉट ओनली मैथ्स, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री एंड डिफ़िकल्टीज इन सम अदर प्रॉब्लम लाइक फॉरगेटिंगनेस. ओके, सो ऐसा जो भी एग्जामिनेशन, स्कूल रिलेटेड, एकेडमिक रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स है, आई कैन सॉल्व योर प्रॉब्लम्स. ओके, so now last question of the polynomial. Let me delete this. Right, find, I told you, you should read the question and then start the game. Find the quadratic polynomial each with given numbers as sum and product. इसमें बहुत सारा स्टूडेंट्स कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे. इसमें जो भी है वो ज़ीरो जैसा लेके करते हैं, बट ये ज़ीरो नहीं है. राइट, सो सम इज, आई एम डूइंग फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम. सम इज इक्वल टू 1/4 and product is equal to -1. Now you have to find out the quadratic polynomial. Very important question. ये क्वेश्चन 100% आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम में आएंगे. ओके, सो फार्मूला, लेफ्ट साइड फार्मूला लिखो, -b/a is equal to 1/4. So c/a is equal to -1. A, B, C are the coefficients of quadratic polynomial. So इधर लिखूंगा मैं ax² + bx + c. ओके, सो इसको हम फाइंड आउट करना है. ए बी सी वैल्यूज आ गए तो क्वाड्रेटिक पोलिनोमियल आ गया. सो हम इधर ए बी सी है, इधर ए 4 है, इधर ए कुछ नहीं है बोले तो नीचे 1 लिख सकते हैं. देयर इज नो डिनोमिनेटर, यू कैन हैव 1. सो अभी ये इधर का डिनोमिनेटर 1 है, इधर का डिनोमिनेटर 4 है. अभी ये 1 को 4 करना है. सी ए इज इक्वल टू -1/1 इंटू 4 मल्टीप्लाई करो. डिनोमिनेटर को 4 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो न्यूमरेटर को भी 4 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, सो दैट वैल्यूज विल नॉट बी चेंज. सो c/a इज इक्वल टू -4/4. अभी a इज इक्वल टू 4 हियर एंड हियर आल्सो a इज इक्वल टू 4. ऐसा दोनों इक्वेशंस में ये वैल्यू को इक्वल करना है. एक बार इक्वल कर दिया, देन राइट द वैल्यूज. राइट, a इज इक्वल टू 4, इधर भी 4 है, उधर भी 4 है, -b इज इक्वल टू 1 एंड b इज इक्वल टू -1 and c is equal to -4. So now what is the quadratic polynomial? Therefore quadratic polynomial is ax², that means 4x², bx, that means b is equal to -1, so -1x, that means -x, c is equal to -4, so -4. This is the answer. ऐसा क्वेश्चन आपको MCQs में भी आएंगे. राइट, 1 मार्क क्वेश्चन में भी आएंगे, 2 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन में भी आएंगे. आई होप आई हैव कंप्लीटेड पोलिनोमियल चैप्टर. प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब, शेयर, लाइक. एवरी डे अटेंड माई क्लासेस. आई एम गोइंग टू टेक यू टू द बोर्ड एग्जाम. स्टिल बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन आई एम गोइंग टू हेल्प यू ऑनलाइन. बाय बाय, सी यू, हैव अ नाइस डे. PYQs I am going to do, Divyanshu. PYQs 100% I am going to do, because my teaching is completely based on the previous years. I am working for CBSE maths past 40 years. 40 साल से मैं CBSE का मैथ्स पढ़ा रहा हूँ. सो जो भी मैं पढ़ाऊँगा ना वो एग्जामिनेशन रिलेटेड आइडियाज़ है. सो फिक्र मत करो. आई एम गोइंग टू डू PYQ. I am having RD Sharma. Okay, my students should get 100 out of 100, right? So if you want to get 100 out of 100, I am there with you. Bye bye.